Did you know that student loan debt in the United States is a whopping $1.7 trillion? Yes, you heard it right. That's trillion with a T. Now let's not just let that colossal number float around in the ether. Let's ground it in the real world, in the practicalities of everyday life. This staggering sum has profound implications not just for the individuals shouldering this debt, but for the entire economy. Think of it like a giant anchor, weighing us down, making it harder for us to move forward. For many people, this burden of debt is a significant stumbling block, impacting major life decisions. It can delay dreams, like owning a home, starting a family, or launching a business. It's like a constant guest at your dinner table, always reminding you of its presence. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. There are strategies to tackle this debt, to chip away at that giant number until it's manageable, until it's gone. Yes, the mountain is high, but it is not insurmountable, and we're here to share these strategies with you. Stay tuned as we dive into the ways you can start to reclaim your financial freedom today. But don't worry, there are strategies to tackle this debt, and we're here to share them with you. Meet John. John had $50,000 in student loans, but he managed to clear his debt in just 5 years. How? By making extra payments. You see, the concept of extra payments is quite simple yet powerful. It's all about paying more than the minimum amount required each month. This doesn't necessarily mean doubling your payments, but rather adding a little bit more to your regular payment amount consistently. It's like adding an extra spoon of sugar to your coffee. Just a bit more, but it makes a world of difference. Now let's get back to our friend John. Like many of us, John was burdened by his student loan debt. He was making his minimum monthly payments, but then he realized something. Every dollar he paid above his minimum payment went straight towards reducing his principal balance, not just the interest. That's like chipping away at the root of a tree, instead of just trimming the branches. So John decided to start making extra payments. He started small, adding an extra $20 to his monthly payments. Then, as he got raises and bonuses at work, he dedicated a portion of that extra income towards his student loans. It wasn't always easy, and he had to make sacrifices, but he kept his eyes on the prize, a life free from student loan debt. And guess what? It worked. Every extra payment John made was a step towards reducing his overall debt and the amount of interest he had to pay. This meant that his debt was shrinking faster than it would have with just the minimum payments. Like a snowball rolling downhill, the impact of these extra payments grew over time. The result? John was able to clear his $50,000 student loan in just 5 years, instead of the typical 10. He cut his repayment time in half, all thanks to the power of extra payments. By consistently making extra payments, John was able to say goodbye to his student loans in half the time. Now let's talk about Sarah. Sarah had $60,000 in student loans, but like John, she cleared her debt in 5 years. Her secret? Biweekly payments. What are biweekly payments, you ask? Well, it's as simple as it sounds. Instead of making one monthly payment, you split your payment into 2 and pay every 2 weeks. It's straightforward, yet the impact on your loan can be profound. Let's break it down using Sarah's story. Sarah's monthly student loan payment was $1,000. Instead of paying this sum once a month, she decided to pay $500 every 2 weeks. By doing this, she effectively made an extra month's payment each year. Now you might be thinking, but that's just one extra payment a year. How much of a difference could that really make? Well, here's where the magic comes in. That extra payment goes straight towards the principal of your loan, not the interest. This means you're chipping away at the core of your debt faster, reducing the amount of interest you pay over the life of the loan. Let's go back to Sarah. By using biweekly payments, she was able to pay off her $60,000 debt in just 5 years instead of the typical 10. That's right, she cut her repayment time in half. And because she was paying less interest, she ended up saving a substantial amount of money. The beauty of biweekly payments is that they're a manageable way to accelerate your loan repayment. You're not making huge extra payments. You're just tweaking your payment schedule in a way that can have a big impact over time. It's a strategy that anyone can implement, regardless of their income or the size of their student loan. With biweekly payments, Sarah was able to save thousands of dollars in interest and pay off her loans faster. So the next time you're looking at your student loan statement, think about Sarah. Think about the power of biweekly payments and consider if this strategy could work for you. Finally, meet Alex. Alex had a staggering $70,000 in student loans. Yet he managed to clear his debt in 6 years. His strategy? The debt avalanche method. The debt avalanche method is a strategy where you focus on paying off the loans with the highest interest rates first. Think of it like an avalanche. It starts small, but as it picks up speed, it becomes unstoppable. In the context of debt repayment, the snowflakes are your payments, and the snowball is your total debt. As you continue to make payments, the size of your debt decreases, and the speed at which you're able to pay it off increases. In Alex's case, he had multiple loans, each with different interest rates. He made minimum payments on all his loans, but he put any extra money he had toward the loan with the highest interest rate. This meant he was able to decrease the amount he owed on that loan faster than he would have otherwise. But why focus on the highest interest rate? Well, the higher the interest rate on a loan, the more you end up paying back over time. So by focusing on the high-interest loans first, you can save a lot of money in the long run. Alex didn't do this alone, though. He created a budget, tracked his spending, and made sure he had a clear understanding of his financial situation. He also set up automatic payments so he wouldn't miss a payment. The debt avalanche method requires discipline, patience, and a strong commitment to becoming debt-free. It's not the easiest path, but as Alex showed us, it can be a very effective one. By focusing on his high-interest loans first, Alex was able to climb out of debt quicker than he ever imagined. So, you've heard John, Sarah, and Alex's stories. Now it's time to write your own. Becoming debt-free is not a dream, but a journey you can embark on today. It starts with a single step, a commitment to yourself that your financial freedom is not a distant mirage, but a reachable goal. And these strategies we've discussed, they're not just for John, Sarah, or Alex. They're for you. You see, the power of extra payments, the magic of bi-weekly payments, the effectiveness of the debt avalanche method, they are all tools in your toolbox. But remember, a tool is only as good as the hands that wield it. It's up to you to use these strategies wisely, to adapt them to your personal circumstances, and to stay consistent. Yes, it might seem daunting at first. You might look at the total amount of your student loans and feel a pang of worry. But don't let that number intimidate you. Instead, let it motivate you. Let it be a reminder of your goal, of the debt-free life you're striving towards. Every extra payment you make, every bi-weekly payment you set up, every debt you pay off in an avalanche. All of these are steps forward on your path to debt freedom. And with each step, that intimidating number will get smaller and smaller, until one day it'll be zero. It's possible. It's doable. Thousands of people have done it before, and you can do it too. You just have to start. So take a moment. Reflect on your financial situation, your income, your expenses, your debts. And then choose a strategy, implement it, stick to it, and watch as your student loans shrink, as your financial stress decreases, as your freedom increases. Remember, your financial freedom is just around the corner. So start today, and before you know it, you'll be saying goodbye to your student loans too. But wait, there's more! We've got a treasure trove of financial wisdom waiting just for you. Our current videos will teach you how to budget like a pro, manage your credit card debt, and even build an emergency fund. Each one packed with actionable and practical tips that will help you take control of your financial future. So, are you ready to dive deeper into the world of finance? Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more savvy financial tips. Together, let's conquer the world of finance.